The following is a special presentation of the Simulation Football League.
And the handoff goes to Johnny English, who breaks out of it. Still going, Johnny English! And English will score! Touchdown, Renegades! He caught it between two defenders! OKC is taking the lead! Matsumoto back to throw. He's in trouble again! This is insanity from Jordan Gray! Look at Gunner! 20, 10, it's a runaway! Touchdown, Gunner! It's Icho! Oh, he made three people miss! Icho breaks a tackle! He's done it again! Touchdown! Hand off to Snowden up the middle, now tries to cut it right. Beautiful move by Snowden! He's in the open field! Midfield! 40, 30, 20! Richard Snowden to the half! Touchdown, Dragons! Back to pass. Looking, fumble the football! And it is recovered by Orlando at the 17! Line formation, handoff to Overstreet around the right-hand side. Overstreet picks it up on, and there he goes! Overstreet! Touchdown! Welcome to Wolfram and Hart Coliseum for Saturday Night Football on the SFL Network. Tonight, the student meets the teacher, and Los Angeles tries to improve playoff positioning. The Maulers can really do the job in that department with a win tonight. Good evening, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Minneapolis at 5-5, Los Angeles, at 5-4, and Los Angeles at 4-5. Trust me, I've been playing a lot of scenarios in my head today, and it's a little hard to keep track of. Either way, these two teams are in the mix. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? The Sharks and the Maulers are next.
Good to see you again. Good to see you. We'll take heads.
Heads it is.
We'll kick.
The Sharks have won the toss and select a kick.
So here we go, live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Everyone's been gearing up for this night all across the league. But here on the big stage, the Maulers and the Sharks meeting for the first time since Doug Bose took over the franchise. Los Angeles, kick it! We're underway! From the 9-yard line, Koma Kaleka's on the return, past the 25, 30, and down at the 31-yard line. The quarterback for Minneapolis is the rookie, Mac Wavy Jr., a quarterback rating of 98.9. 3,147 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. A completion percentage of 75.1, averaging 349.7 yards per game through the air. Wavy Jr.'s got two receivers off to the left side, and he's out of the shotgun. 4 down linemen for the Sharks on a 4-3 look, showing a blitz, back off, 4-man rush, pass is caught, falling down to make the catch, and getting up into the face of Wayne Buckerson was Joel Wallinga, and you can tell these two teams are ready for action in this game as Wallinga almost immediately got up and shoved Buckerson, and the two separate. 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. Back to pass, actually a handoff. That's Doug Bose, and Bose takes a hurdle and picks up 4. Doug Bose, of course, initially a running back in this league, drafted as a top 5 pick in the SFL draft a couple of seasons ago. Started out with Minneapolis before the actual Doug Bose assumed ownership control of the Los Angeles Sharks. Obviously, Bose will either be going somewhere else next season or joining LA. Third down and 3, and Bosa is going to get the swing outside, and Bosa is going to be brought down short of the line to gain at the 41-yard line, and Los Angeles' defense has a 3-and-out stop on their first possession of the game. So the Maulers will punt it away. A minute and a half into action, and that's a good start for Los Angeles here on the road. They couldn't have asked for much more. So the punt is away. Gladwin Wolf is back to return from his 25-yard line and up to the 27. The Los Angeles starting quarterback is Murdoch Mock. His quarterback rating is identical to Mac Wavy Jr., 98.9. 71.8 completion percentage, 2,631 yards, 24 touchdowns to 15 interceptions, averaging 292.3 yards per game. $9:16 to go in the first quarter. Park Hee-Chul will get the handoff. He's in trouble and swallowed up a 3-yard loss in the backfield. And nicely done on the outside by the Mauler defense. The Los Angeles Sharks are wearing the white helmets and jerseys with the aqua pants, purple numbers, and the purple and white trim down the side. Minneapolis in their alternate white helmets, black jerseys, white pants with the red numbers and yellow, oranges, and red trim. Second down and long for Murdoch Mock. A 3-step drop, fires out to Hee-Chul. Hee-Chul past the 25, spins away, and will be hammered down at the 28 by Koma Kaleka and Ashley Odom. Third down and 9 coming up for Los Angeles. The SFL is presented by DaxStats and OBS Studios, celebrating our 7th season on the SFL Network on Twitch TV. Third down and 9 at the 28 for LA. 4 receivers in an empty set with 3 off to the right side. 4 down linemen for the Maulers, no one in the middle of the field. Blitz coming, and a sack on Murdoch Mock back at the 21. It'll be 4th down and long, and the Maulers pick up the first sack of the game. J.J. Wavy at defensive tackle making the play, and it'll be a 3-and-out for Los Angeles as well as the defenses start off fast in Minnesota. It's a beautiful night here in Minneapolis, 52 degrees, and the sun is just now set. Some clouds off into the distance, but it's absolutely perfect. And it is football weather out here. Low snap, Los Angeles does get it away. Kaleka back to return from his 38-yard line, and the tackle is made nicely at the 42 with 7:39 to go in the first quarter. So the Maulers will take over on their second possession. The offense for Minneapolis, of course, led by Wavy Jr. and Bose. Receivers on the outside, number 21, Jalen Miller, number 18, Davis Reed. And that tight end is Wallinga. Jalen Miller leads the team in receiving yards, coming in with 931. 3 in the backfield, Wavy Jr. out to Bose. And Bose will pick up 4 to the Mauler 45. The Los Angeles defense. Linebackers, number 95, DJ Majesty, and number 59, Cody Ewing. The cornerback, number 24, Lyric Da Vinci, number 29, of course, Ivan Mixon. Strong safety is number 27, Wayne Buckerson. Free safety, number 26, Kedrick Watkins. Defensive end, number 96, Mahi Munderson. And defensive tackle, number 55, Zach Everson. Bose is blown up in the backfield by Buckerson. And that'll bring it back to the initial line of scrimmage. Third down and 10. Buckerson is off to a strong start. Also of note, outside linebacker for LA, number 4, Rick Mox. Third down and 10 at the 42. We still have not seen a first down yet in this ballgame. Wavy Jr. back to pass. Wavy Jr. steps in the pocket, fires down the middle of the field. That pass is knocked away. That's Buckerson again. And it's a 3-and-out for the Maulers. And both defenses are active. And Wayne Buckerson is having himself a first quarter. He is all over the field. Pass intended for Brown, and Buckerson easily swats that ball away. Wayne Buckerson with 60 tackles, 4th on the team. 3 tackles for loss, 4 interceptions on the season. That's tied with Ivan Mixon and Lyric Da Vinci, a balanced secondary forcing turnovers.
Maulers will punt it away. Under 6.5 to go. Wolf from the 22-yard line up to the 26. And let's meet the Minneapolis Mauler defense, led by the two big guys up front, number 96, T. Cabell, number 99, Frankie Capone. Cabell is second in the league in sacks coming into the night with 11.5. The free safety, number 23, Koma Kaleka, who's had 2 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Strong safety, number 25, Troy Waters. And the corners to the outside, Ashley Odom, number 44. Linebackers, Jake McClellan, number 59, and number 55, Austin Broadway. Parkey Chol on the carry, pickup of 3. And let's meet the Los Angeles Shark offense. In the backfield with Hee Chol, fullback Chad Frazier wears number 40. The tight ends are number 37, Wave Robinson, and number 81, Elgin Villanueva. The wide receivers, number 7, Macho Fogg, number 6, Bobby Treefeather, number 19, Gladwin Wolf, and number 84, Matt South. As the handoff will go to Hee Chol right side, past the 30 to the 33. Third down and 3 coming up for Los Angeles. And this is the 4th possession of this ball game, and we have not seen a move of the chains. Other action going on across the SFL, Houston and Sioux Falls, the lone game also going on SFL and 2. Mock will throw on 3rd and 3, fires it short to the outside. That is Treefeather for the first down to the LA 42, and it's the Sharks on the road moving the chains for the first time. .540 to go in the first quarter. No score from Wolfram and Hart Coliseum. You're watching the 4-5 Los Angeles Sharks against the 5-4 Minneapolis Maulers as we put a cap on Week 10. The Week 11 schedule will be announced in full later tonight. I promise you it'll be the first thing I will be working on. That pass is knocked away and incomplete. 2nd down and 10. And that may have been Wavy at linebacker, who had a brilliant game last week. He has really stepped up for this squad as of late. There's a look at Broadway and McClellan right under center there of the offensive line. 2nd down and 10 at the 42 with Hee Chol in the backfield. Hee Chol will get a carry. Strong side left, blown up in the backfield. Loss of 2, Jake McClellan on the tackle. 3rd down and 12 at the 40. McClellan leads the Mauler defense in tackles with 75. Second on the team in tackles for loss with 9 coming in, and also has a pick to his name. 4 receivers, 3 off to the right for Los Angeles. This just feels like a playoff game, doesn't it? Mock is out of the shotgun, back to pass, and Mock will fire it down the middle. It's picked off at the 43 and returned to the LA 44. Koma Kaleka putting his stamp on the game once again as he was looking for Treefeather in double coverage. Ashley Odom had him blanketed, and there was absolutely nowhere to throw that ball. A forced throw by Murdoch Mock, and Minneapolis will take over in excellent scoring position. Mock has thrown an interception now in 6 straight games. 1st and 10 at the LA 44. Back to pass, Wavy Jr. out to Bose. There's a block that's picked up in Bose. We'll get to the 41, a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 at the 41-yard line. So 4:15 to go in the first. A scoreless ball game. Obviously, this game is huge to the Teal Conference standings, and Houston and Sioux Falls is as well. 4 minutes to go in the first. Back to pass, straight back. Wavy Jr. again dumps it off to Bose, and Doug Bose will push ahead for a Mauler first down to the LA 33-yard line, probably now in Robinson's range. Robinson last week made all 4 of his field goals in a 40-37 victory over Oklahoma City. Actually, that was last week. Been a while since the Maulers got on the field to play. Minneapolis next week takes on Sioux Falls on the road. Los Angeles is on the road at Orlando. Wavy Jr. deep ball. He's going to the end zone. It's a wide open touchdown. Davis Reed puts the Maulers on the board. Davis Reed all alone. He beats Lyric Da Vinci on the outside, and we've got our first touchdown of the night. And Robinson has an opportunity to make it 7-0.
Number 6 is back for the point after. Number 7 on the hold.
Mac Wavy Jr. with the touchdown pass. For Wavy Jr., that's the 22nd of his SFL rookie season. Robinson's extra point is good off of the snap that was left of the holder, but they collect it down and put it through. For Davis Reed, that was touchdown number 6 on his rookie campaign. Reed, Bose, and Miller all have the opportunities to become 1,000-yard receivers tonight. A very balanced receiving core. Miller, 971 yards, Bose, 834, and Reed, 815. Davis Reed off to the fast start tonight. Gladwin Wolf is the return man from the 10. He has one kickoff return touchdown to his name this season, and a nice return from Wolf, knifing his way to the 34-yard line. Sioux Falls has scored on Houston first tonight, 7-0 in the first. Los Angeles at 4-5. If they fall to 4-6, they join Oklahoma City. Those two teams still have a game left to be played, and it helps Orlando out, as Orlando will continue to separate them from those trailing them. That pass is incomplete. That is T. Cabell just pushing his way into the backfield, and Minneapolis has done a great job getting pressure on Murdoch Mock early. Macho Fogg, Gladwin Wolf, Wave Robinson all quiet here in this first quarter. Minneapolis is number 2 in the league in sacks. They have 28 on the season. 3 receivers, 2 off to the left, and I believe that's Macho Fogg in the slot. Split backs back to pass, and down the middle, caught by Treefeather in coverage to the Minneapolis 39. Biggest offensive play of the day, easily by Los Angeles, as Bobby Treefeather makes a brilliant catch in traffic. Mock gets the ball away. Koma Kaleka was right there, and I'm surprised he did not get his second interception on the night. A fantastic catch and run from Bobby Treefeather. His second reception of the game, and it's first down for LA at the Minneapolis 39. Back to pass, Mock to He Chol. And He Chol cannot make a defender miss in the open field. That is McClellan, who's having a tremendous rookie campaign for the Maulers. LA trying to get on the board here early in the first. Fogg is in the slot. Split backs in the backfield for LA. Back to pass is Mock. Mock is sacked. Loss of about 6 on the play. And that, I believe, is the third sack. Antoine Lee this time getting in on Mock. And Mock needs to be cautious that the Maulers are pinning their ears back and bringing the heat. He's got to get rid of the football. Third down and 17 for LA after the big catch from Bobby Treefeather. Empty set with 4 receivers. Mock has been sacked already on this formation, and he throws a pick again. It is number 27, Ricks, with the INT over the middle. Ryan Ricks, I believe, defending Gladwin Wolf, who was coming out of the slot. Robinson was also in the area, and a disastrous start for Murdoch Mock and the Los Angeles Sharks offense. Back-to-back interceptions from Mock. And we mentioned both of these quarterbacks with identical quarterback ratings coming into the ball game. And Wavy Jr. thus far has performed better. Out of the shotgun for Mac Wavy Jr. Back to pass. Wavy Jr. a deep ball again. Picked by Ivan Mixon. Mixon with his 5th of the season gets up and has a shimmy for the audience. And Mac Wavy Jr. has an interception of his own. Yeah, this is just a straight go route, and Mixon is on it all the way. Pass intended for Jalen Miller, who has been blanketed in this first quarter. And Los Angeles will retain possession at the 32 with a trips off to the left side. And off to He Chol, who has yet to get going. Oh, he's still on his feet. He lost a yard. And Park He Chol is very slow to get up, and then his teammate steps right over him. It's like he didn't even see him on the field. I know Park He Chol is small, but he's not that small. Good stat. The Sharks have given up just 10 sacks on the season, and they've given up 3 already in this first quarter alone. Mock's pass is caught by Wave Robinson over the middle. Broadway on the tackle to the 40. 3rd down and 2 at the 40-yard line. .42 yards, 2 picks for Mock. Not the start he wanted. Under a minute to go in the first. 3rd and short. Can He Chol pick up a couple of yards on his own? Mock's going to pass. Mock fires it out to a wide open Macho Fogg. 1st down to the Mauler 49-yard line. Boy, and Mock easily could have taken off and run with it, dumped it off to He Chol. There was all kinds of open space out on that right side. A reminder of the SFL tie-breaking procedures for the playoffs. If 2 teams are tied head-to-head, is the first tiebreaker in front of season point differential. And we'll get to the 3 teams or more tiebreaker in a second. Park He Chol going to break off the tackle. He Chol inside the 45 down to the 42. If 3 or more teams are tied, the above process is used and repeats when head-to-head eliminates the worst tied team. With that, that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, Los Angeles 0, Minneapolis 7. The Maulers are on, the Sharks rather, are on the move. This is the SFL Network on Twitch TV, and we're back to Minnesota in a moment. Second down and 3 at the 42-yard line. Back to pass. Murdoch Mock fires it deep down the field and nearly intercepted, intended for Macho Fogg. That was Troy Waters, who's also a part of this defense. Check that. Tyleek Jones, who's also a part of this defense, making that play down the field as the team's second corner. 3rd and 3. An excellent job by Jones. Two in the backfield with Mock. Another 3rd down and short. He threw to convert on the last 3rd and short. Will throw here again. And Mock is sacked again. It looked like it was Lee again, and it was. Antoine Lee again picking up the sack. That's 4 in the first half against a team that had only given up 10 coming into the ball game, and LA has to punt it away. They come up empty. Minneapolis is dead last in the league in total defense, 16th, giving up 443.7 yards per game. They're having a pretty good night so far as Kaleka calls for the fair catch at the 18-yard line. But the one thing they have been able to do is put pressure on opposing quarterbacks.
First and 10.
So 10:22 to go in the first half. The Maulers take over, up 7-0. If Minneapolis is able to win tonight and get to 6-4, it would eliminate the Tallahassee Pride. This is a big game tonight for the Pride, as the SFL determined before we got on the air that Tallahassee would not win the tiebreakers necessary to get that fourth and final playoff spot. Tallahassee would need a 5-way tie at 5-7 at the bottom of the SFL's Teal Conference standings for that fourth place spot, and even then, they would not be the team ultimately coming out of that tiebreaker scenario. So Tallahassee needs a Los Angeles win tonight to stay alive, and obviously if the Maulers get to 6 wins, that makes things very difficult for everyone not named Orlando, as all the teams looking on the outside looking into the playoffs, I mean to say, as Bose picks up 5, would need to win out just to have an opportunity to catch Minneapolis. Third down and 5 at the 22. LA is looking for a defensive stand after yet another sack by the Mauler defense. 4 receivers, 3 off to the left. Mac Wavy Jr. back to pass. Wavy Jr.'s going deep, and it's knocked away by Mixon. Ivan Mixon is having a big first half. He's got an interception and a pass defended down the field. And Minneapolis has not been shy of trying to be aggressive against the 12th ranked scoring defense in the SFL. Los Angeles gives up 32.1 points per game. And their pass defensive efficiency is also 12th, an average QBR of 94.7 out of opposing quarterbacks. But Los Angeles is holding their own and should get the ball back in decent field position with Gladwin Wolf's return. This is a deep kick, and from the 35, Gladwin Wolf, a nice job on the return, gets all the way up to the 44. That was a booming punt from Minneapolis, but Gladwin Wolf countered with a solid return with some room to run. Murdoch Mock has 2 interceptions here in the first half on back-to-back drives, and he's been constantly under pressure. Park Hee-Chul has not been able to get going at all. The Mauler run defense is 14th in the league. They give up 125 yards a game on the ground. 3 receivers, 2 off to the right side. Split backs and backfield. Hee-Chul will take the handoff up the middle, and Hee-Chul got nothing. Swallowed up by Austin Broadway. And a defensive lineman, I believe, T. Cabell. 2nd down and 10, and the story of this first half so far is the Mauler defensive front. 2 receivers off to the right side. Hee-Chul's in the backfield with 4 down linemen and 9 up close to the line of scrimmage. And a sidearm throw is caught by Robinson. Wade Robinson has a couple of catches in the first half. He's been quiet as of late, an 8-yard pickup, and it sets up a 3rd down and 2. Wade Robinson got off to a hot start earlier this season. He had 6 catches for 80 yards against Queen City, but has only had 2 games this season where he's had more than 3 catches. He's got 2 in the first half. Back to pass, Mock, and dangerous pass is nearly intercepted, and Hee-Chul will not get the first down. 4th and 1 coming up at the Mauler 47, and we'll see if Los Angeles attempts to go for this here. The offense for the time being is on the field. A 4th down and 1. Robinson is off the line of scrimmage to the bottom of the screen. 2 in the backfield with 11 on the play clock. Los Angeles playing the long con. Minneapolis is not budging. They have 9 in the box anyway, and Los Angeles didn't like the look. They call a timeout. So the Sharks will punt it away, still looking for their first points of the evening. And that's Doug Bose, the coach, an impersonator on our graphics package. Heather Boots, the punter for LA, the first woman to ever be selected as an SFL draftee or free agent will punt it away. Fair catch called for at the 12 by Kaleka. Kaleka's had to call for a fair catch a couple of times. $7:50 to go in the first half. Los Angeles up on Minneapolis, 7-0. Don't forget the SFL playoffs will begin Wednesday, October 26th, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, with a doubleheader with Stephen Mullinex and myself on the call. Playoffs are almost here. Mac Wavy Jr. fires down the middle, caught first down to the 36-yard line. Davis Reed, with 2 monster catches in the first half, moves the chains for the Maulers. Perfect pass down the field. Davis Reed with Jalen Miller being smothered by Ivan Mixon. Reed has been the hot hand for the Mauler passing attack. 4 receivers, 2 to either side, and Mac Wavy Jr. will drop the throw. Quick throw. Oh, it's dropped. Had a wide open receiver over the middle. That was Berger. And maybe he ate a bad one before the game because he was wide open going for a first down and couldn't make it happen. So a simple drop there by Minneapolis results in a 2nd down and 10 at the 36. Trips off the right side for Wavy Jr. Mixon is tight on the left side. Back to pass. Mixon's direct. Oh, and that pass is caught. I don't know what in the world happened to DJ Majesty. Majesty got caught in a trance. Brown with the reception. And I want to get a second look at this, but we're not going to get a replay. It looked like DJ Majesty could have picked that off. Instead, he was off in la-la land, and the Maulers pick up a first down to the 48. Handoff to Doug Bose around the right side. Bose breaks a tackle from Ewing and is pushed forward for a 5-yard gain to the LA 47. I thought for sure Majesty was stopping because he was going to pick that off. And instead, he was completely out of position. Trips off to the left side. Bose is in the backfield. Wavy Jr. to throw against some pressure. Over the middle. One-handed catch at the LA 41. That's Jalen Miller finally getting into the stat sheet with 6 minutes to go in the first half. The Maulers are driving up 7. "2K Sports halftime report coming up next with highlights and stats from the first half. It's been a first half mostly dominated by Minneapolis, but they've only managed a 7-point lead. Wavy Jr. to throw. Deep ball left side, out of bounds. Just how close are these two teams this season? Look at this. Points, a 4-point difference. Yards, a 50-yard difference over 9 weeks. That is insane. Yards per play, 6.5 to 6.2. Los Angeles actually has more passing touchdowns than Minneapolis. I bet you didn't know that. And yards per pass attempt, Los Angeles, 0.3 better. 2nd down and 10. Wavy Jr., quick throw again over the middle. That pass is caught and rolling near a first down is Davis Reed. 67 yards on 3 grabs. 3rd and inches is the official marker for Minneapolis at the LA 31. .5:18 to go in the first half. Out of the eye, Wavy Jr. to throw. Looks Bosa's direction, and he ran out of room. Loss of 1. They rule it a completion. 4th and 2 for the Maulers. It'll be a long 48-yard field goal attempt if Minneapolis decides to punt it, or kick it rather. And they're going to punt it away. And I'm really surprised Maulers must like what they've seen out of their defense in the first half, because Robinson had an excellent game last week against OKC, 4 for 4. And the punt is away to the 12. Gladwin Wolf sidesteps a man and gets to the 15. If you don't have your team's gear, get some today at cafepress.com/simulationfl, your official SFL team and league shop headquarters. 4:52 to go in the first half. It's 7-0 Minneapolis on top of Los Angeles. Mock's pass, caught by Treefeather, tiptoed down the sideline, and they said he stepped out at the 21. Picked up 7, but a nice play by Bobby on the far side. Minneapolis is 7th in the league in scoring offense, 31.9 points per game. And Los Angeles is number 6, 32.6 points per game. Two receivers, one to either side for Mock. Mock hands off to Heat Scholl. Look at the room for Heat Scholl, but nice closing speed from Jake McClellan. This guy, I'm telling you, someone needs to sign him in the offseason. He has been tremendous in stopping Park Heat Scholl in the open field, but it did pick up a Los Angeles first down to the 25. Back to pass. Mock out to Heat Scholl. Nowhere to go. Loss of 1 on the play. The Mauler defense looking outstanding tonight. The Sharks offense, number 6 in total offense, number 4 in first downs, number 3 in pass efficiency, and they just have not gotten things going. 5 receivers, empty set, and the Maulers have 9 tight on the line. Back to pass. Mock against the corner blitz, fires it short. The pass is caught by Treefeather, but it's 3rd and 9. Just a pickup of a few. Down to 3:20 to go in the first half. Again, the Week 11 schedule will be finalized tonight as soon as I get off the air. That's exactly what I'm going to be working on. Mock's out of the shotgun, back to pass. Mock fires short over the middle. Gladwin Wolf, big catch, but he's shy of the first down by a half a yard. Mock up to 79. Here's another look at it. Joe Warner makes the tackle. And we don't get to see the first downs. He did look just shy of the 35-yard line. No challenge from Los Angeles. Another defensive stop from the Maulers, and Heather Boots will have to punt it away.
Oh yeah, this one's mine. This one's mine.
Koma Kaleka from the 33 to the 35. So Koma Kaleka gets him up to the 35-yard line, and Mac Wavy Jr. and the rest of the offense will try to double up their score here. It's a big difference, 14-0 and 7-0 at the break. Back to pass from Wavy Jr. Bose will break off a tackle and stepped out of bounds at the 40. Still a solid pickup of 5 yards, though, for Doug Bose. In case you're just joining us, the 4-5 Sharks, the 5-4 Maulers from Wolfram and Hart Coliseum in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's 52 degrees and mostly clear skies tonight. A beautiful night for football in the SFL. 4 receivers, 2 to either side for Wavy Jr. Wavy Jr. to pass, caught, despite there being some confusion on who exactly the pass was intended for. Davis Reed with his 4th catch of the first half, and we've hit the 2-minute warning. This is the SFL Network. Three receivers off the right side for the Maulers, up 7-0 against a 3-3 look. Back to pass, and that's Bose with a lot of running room in the open field. Bose is clobbered by Ivan Mixon. A short tackle there, a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4 at the LA 48 coming up. Houston and Sioux Falls on SFLN2 tonight, along with the Sharks and the Maulers here on SFLN1. Post-game show will follow. We want to get your reactions from all across the league. 4 on the line for the Sharks. Bose with the catch. Race for the first down. Got it. And hit in the head by Wayne Buckerson. The clock is still rolling. The Maulers do not appear to be in much of a hurry. They are about 10 yards shy of field goal range, maybe 12. And now, Wavy Jr. showing a bit of urgency. Maulers do have all 3 timeouts. Back to pass. Wavy Jr. off to Bose. Bose inside the 35, just barely, but did get dragged out of bounds at the 34. 2nd and 4 coming up. With 5:04 to go in the second quarter, Sioux Falls is up on Houston 14-7. Now, if the Maulers didn't kick from 48, they're certainly not going to kick from 51. 2nd and 4 for Minneapolis with Bose in the backfield. A 4-3 defensive set out of LA. Wavy Jr. to pass. It's Bose again. Bose breaks a tackle, has a first down, spins away. Doug Bose out of bounds at the 18. And the Maulers are in the red zone. What a run after the catch from Doug Bose. And Minneapolis is in a position to go up by 2 scores just before the half. Bose is a vicious man out on the sideline. Lyric Da Vinci missed him first. Cody Ewing missed him second. 50 seconds to go, and Los Angeles looking to clamp down. Two receivers, one to either side, 2 in the backfield. And a pass, Wavy Jr. escapes pressure, fires it outside, caught. Majesty on the tackle. That was Bose again. He has been their offense on this drive, no doubt about that. Down to 37 seconds to go. Wavy Jr. to pass. Wavy Jr.'s got plenty of time. End zone, incomplete. Kedrick Watkins knocks it down and knocks Davis Reed on his behind. 3rd and 9. Empty set for Wavy Jr. A dime look from LA. Trying to hold the Maulers to a field goal. Pass into the end zone, wide open, touchdown, Davis Reed again. Reed is torching the Sharks in this first half. And what a huge drive for Minneapolis just before the break. Lyric Da Vinci lost Davis Reed again. Not the best night for Da Vinci so far. Houston has scored and has tied the game against Sioux Falls 14-14. Davis Reed now with a couple of touchdowns. He's got 7 on the season. That ties Jalen Miller. Doug Bose is the only skilled player with more, combining his rushing and passing scores with 8. They're even balanced in the touchdown department. For Davis Reed, his best game this season. It's his 2nd game with multiple touchdowns. The other was August 31st against Queen City when he had 72 yards on 5 grabs. He has had back-to-back 100-yard receiving games coming in. 124 against Orlando, 143 against Oklahoma City from the 6-yard line. Gladwin Wolf on the return. He's still on his feet up to the 29 with 23 seconds to go. LA has 2 timeouts. Davis Reed, 4 straight games, he's had at least 8 catches coming in. And his season high for yards is 148 on 10 grabs and a touchdown. That came August 14th against Baltimore. 1st and 10 at the LA 29. We'll see if LA tries to stay aggressive just before the end of the half to try to get points on the board. Mock the pass. He's in trouble. Dumps it off to Heachol. Heachol spins away, and look at the Maulers corralling Heachol. They're all over him. And will we get a timeout from LA? Does not appear so. That is the end of the first half. So LA just lets the clock run out. And they will head into the locker room trying to figure out how to get their offense moving. It's 14-0. The 2K Sports halftime report starts right now. The Sharks get the ball to start the second half. First and 10 at the 30. This game means a lot to the Tallahassee Pride. If the Maulers win, they are eliminated from playoff contention. And if anyone wanted to get into the playoffs at 5 and 7, they would have to hope that Orlando would lose out to even have a shot. 3 receivers for Mock to start the second half. Mock's pass is picked at the 49. A horrendous start to the second half. It's Koma Kaleka who's had his number. 3 interceptions for Murdoch. Mock, and Los Angeles is stumped tonight. The student is struggling. Kaleka with his second pick. And the Maulers will start with the ball at the LA 41. For Koma Kaleka, he has 7 interceptions now on the season. He had 6 last season, so he's 1 better with 2 games still to go. 3 receivers for Mac Wavy Jr. He'll fire it out short. Pass is ruled incomplete. Davis Reed was the intended receiver. So it's up to the LA defense. They need something to go their way. Los Angeles with less than 100 yards of total offense in that first half. 3 receivers, and out of the gun is Mac Wavy. Back to pass. Wavy Jr. will fire it short. Wide open, and a first down easily. That was Doug Bose coming out of the backfield, and no one was 10 yards around him. Maulers have a first down at the LA 30, and Los Angeles is starting to crumble here. Three receivers off to the right side. Bose is in the backfield. Back to pass, Wavy Jr. He's going for it all. It's picked off at the 11-yard line and return to the 13. Wayne Buckerson, and the Shark defense comes up with a monster stop. Wayne Buckerson is having himself a day. This is probably the best performance out of Buckerson this season. He is all over the place. And the Sharks get the ball back. Second pick for Mac Wavy Jr. Buckerson now with 5 picks on the season. Hand off on a counter. Parkey Chol makes a spin, and then again, Parkey Chol is in the open field. One man to beat. You are not going to catch that man, the Dynamo, with a touchdown. 87 yards. And the Sharks are back in it. What a play from Parkey Chol. 2 spins inside. What a risk. And as soon as he broke it into the open field, you knew he was gone. And LA is right back in the ball game just like that. And back to Wayne Buckerson. His 5 interceptions have all come in his last 6 games. He did not have a pick in his first 4 games. He has really come on as the season has gone on. Extra point for LA is good. 9:52 to go in the third quarter. And Los Angeles, who started the half off with an interception, their 3rd turnover of the night, gets a monstrous play out of Parkey Chol. And that should put Chol close to 100 yards. He has not gotten any sort of room to run before that play. Los Angeles trying to make sure it's the 6th consecutive game that Chol has at least 20 carries. Goma Kaleka on the return, spins away, and then is brought down to the 26-yard line. We know how dangerous Goma Kaleka can be, especially at swinging momentum the way of the Maulers. Looks like it's halftime in Houston. Hyenas 21-14, trying to pull the upset over the Sparrows. Still a half left to play in that one. 9:48 to go in the third here. Maulers have a 7-point lead, but it was a lot bigger and a lot more comfortable before Parkey Chol's run. Doug Bose says, "Get off me," ×2, ×3 to the 41-yard line. What a monster. 11 receptions for 73 yards for Bose. And a lot of that is sheer power after the catch. And Los Angeles is doing a very poor job of tackling on Bose to the outside. For Bose, it is his 10th straight game this season with at least 10 receptions. In the last 2 games, he's gone over 100 yards. 2 of his 3 100-yard performances have been in the last couple of games, and he's well on his way there tonight. Bose again. Bose breaks a tackle again and again. And Bose finally out of bounds at the 49 for a first down. This guy is simply a menace. He cannot be stopped tonight. And these are vicious hits that he's laying. Kedrick Watkins and then Cody Ewing pushed him out of bounds, and Ewing was the man that fell over onto the ground.
First and 10 from the Sharks, 48 yards.
Under 9 to go in the third, Mahler's trying to answer the Park Hee-Chul touchdown. Wavy Jr. back to pass, and Wavy Jr. has to check it down, and the tackle made on the outside by Ewing and Majesty. They combine for the stop on the fullback. 2nd and 8 at the 47. That's Aguilar or Aguirre.
Second and 8 from the Sharks, 47 yards.
High formation for the Maulers. Wavy Jr. will hit Bose, and Bose will get away from another. Stepped out of bounds. This guy literally will not go to the ground. 199 yards for Wavy Jr. I mean, he just won't stop. Impressive performance. Wavy Jr. has been over 300 yards 7 straight games, trying to get over 200 with this pass. He will not. Finally, Mixon says we've had enough of that. 4th down for Minneapolis. And the Maulers have stopped getting Davis Reed involved. Joel Walinga only has 1 catch the first play of the game. And the Shark defense with the stop. And the kick is away from Minneapolis. Gladwin Wolf, fair catch at the 12 with 7.5 to go in the third. If you missed it earlier, a refresher on the tie-breaking procedures for the SFL. If 2 teams are tied, it's head-to-head first, followed by season point differential. If 3 or more teams are tied after the head-to-head process is used, it repeats itself, eliminating the team that was worst out of that initial head-to-head tiebreaker situation. And point differential comes down the line when 2 or more teams have a tied head-to-head record, and it can't be determined other than with season point differential. 7:15 to go. That was a 3-yard pickup for LA. 2nd down and 7. 3 receivers, 2 off to the left side. And Mock will drop back the pass. Pressure in his face. Mock needs to get rid of it. The pass is incomplete. He's very lucky. T. Cabell in his face again. But Murdoch Mock has to understand that they are bearing down on him. And he's got to get rid of the ball, even if it's just a scramble and a throwaway. 3rd down and 7 at the LA 15. Back to pass. Mock down the middle, caught to the 27-yard line. That's Wave Robinson with his 3rd catch, and that is a huge 3rd down conversion. Mighty RX, no. Conference record and divisional record does not matter. We just simply align teams for divisional and playoff seeding purposes. 6:28 to go in the third. We like to look at your season's portfolio more than we do individual games as head-to-head is tied. Park Hee-Chul's got nearly a 1st down to the 37. 6:10 to go in the third quarter. For example, if we've got a tie head-to-head, if everyone's beating each other, we'd rather look at what they've done over a complete season than look at what they've done in just specific games. Just feel like it's a better determination of getting the best teams in the playoffs. Park Hee-Chul's got a 1st down and nearly got away to the 38-yard line. 5:43 to go in the third. But LA is moving the football. They started at the 13-yard line,
First and 10 from
which is coincidentally where they started on their last drive. 3 receivers off the right side of Murdoch Mock, and LA is chipping away here in the third quarter, but he chose in some big trouble. Loss of 4. T. Cabell, he hasn't necessarily done it with a lot of sacks tonight, but he's got a lot of tackles for loss. Look at him disengage off the block from Wave Robinson, and he finds Park Hee-chul and puts him down. Five minutes to go in the third. Empty set, 4 receivers for Mock. He needs to make sure he gets rid of this quickly. Back to pass. Mock down the middle, caught. That's Robinson again, pickup of 11. Third down and a manageable 3 at the LA 45-yard line, and Los Angeles just not willing to give up the football on this drive. 4:30 to go in the third. 3 receivers off the right side, back to pass. Mock under pressure, sacked. It's 4th down. And I believe that's Cabell. Have to get a second look at it. Did T. Cabell get him? Oh, we don't even get a replay. I believe T. Cabell was there on the sack. And another big stop by that Minneapolis front 4. And with under 4 minutes to go in the third, Los Angeles' defense will be tested again by Bose mode. Kaleka on the return from the 19 has a lot of room to run, and he is smacked backwards, but still manages to get back to his feet and return it to the 24. Another tough man to bring down.
25 yards.
3:43 left in the third. Maulers have the ball up 7 on a special edition Saturday Night Football here on the SFL Network. I believe our first Saturday game all year. Pass is caught the outside. That's a solid gain of 7. And that's the tight end, Webster, not Wallinga, who makes the 7-yard pickup. And I got to say, I love the Minneapolis Maulers shoes. I want a pair of those shoes. Can we get team shoes at the shop? That would be sweet. 2nd down and 3 at the 31 for Minneapolis. Wavy Jr. hits Bose. Bose has some room and a great tackle. Did not pick up the first down. 3rd and inches. And for the first time, Doug Bose is put down on first contact.
Third and inches from Will Munster.
3:03 left to go in the third. A big 3rd down and short. Los Angeles has 7 up tight. Linebackers shift to the right. Bose in the backfield, who has not gotten a lot of carries tonight. Back to pass. It's to Bose. He is all alone. Bose past the 40, 45 to the 48-yard line. And the Maulers had the Sharks number that time. There was just no one around as the Sharks dial up the incorrect play. Majesty and Watkins combine for the stop. The drive stays alive for Minneapolis.
First and 10 from Will Munster, 48 yards.
2:38 to go, 3 in the backfield, and the screen is sacked! Mayhem Munderson! Mayhem Munderson, the defensive lineman, steps out on the screen pass, and Munderson takes it away! That is about an athletic of a play from a defensive lineman that I have ever seen in the SFL. He's engaged on a block, finds enough time to fight through it, The ball hits him in the helmet, and he picks up the pick. 2 in the backfield for LA as they have new life in Minneapolis territory. Hand off to He-Chol. Past the 40, and a nice tackle in the open field by Kaleka to the 38. He-Chol with 116 yards, 7.7 yards per carry. The 7.7 yards per carry is currently second best this year in a game for He-Chol. 9.6 against the Wolfpack was his only stronger, consistent performance. 4 receivers, 3 to the left, short side for Mock. Mock the pass, short throw, caught, Tree-Feather. He stays in bounds and fights for extra yardage to the Mahler 33. A 3rd down and 2 coming up as the third quarter winds down. Haven't heard much from Tree-Feather and Fogg tonight. It's been a lot of Robinson, and it's been a lot of He-Chol. On a 3rd down and 2 at the 33, handoff, Park He-Chol gets some good blocks on the outside and gets a 1st down. Odom and Kaleka combine for the stop, but that was just tremendous blocking for Los Angeles, and they move the chains into scoring position. Mock with He-Chol in the backfield, 2 receivers off to the short side left. Ball on the left hash in a 14-7 ball game. Free play, offside, short throw to Robinson again, and Robinson picks up 7, but LA will likely take the penalty. Wave Robinson, his most active game in a long time.
Neutral zone infraction, number 96, defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat.
The offside is on T. Cabell. It's been a big game for the number 96s out there. 1st and 5 coming up for LA at the 24. Park He-Chol is a look at his updated numbers. Again, setting the stage. 4 and 5 against 5 and 4. A huge game in the SFL tonight. Hand off to Park He-Chol on a 1st and 5, and nearly got the 1st down. He is decked at the 21. Even the crowd let out a pickup of 3. Don't know how else to describe it. 2nd and 2 at the 21.
2nd and 2. Ball at the 21-yard line.
Winding down on the 3rd quarter of play. 2nd and short. Hand off, He-Chol. He-Chol got a 1st down to the 18-yard line, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. LA is on the move. 11 minutes to play, maybe more, who knows? This is the SFL on Twitch. Start of the 4th, 1st and 10 at the Mahler 18. 3 receivers, back to pass, and Wolf has all day to throw. It's caught by Tree-Feather at the 7. For one of the first times all night, there was no pressure in the face of Murdoch Mock, and it's a 1st and goal for LA.
1st and goal.
He-Chol's in the backfield. Mock back to pass. Mock out to He-Chol and didn't get much. Maybe a half a yard. Ashley Odom on the tackle. 2nd and goal. Can I get an update on Houston and Sioux Falls, please?
2nd and goal.
10:13 to go. LA is trying to tie or at least chip into their deficit. They have trailed all game. He-Chol takes the handoff. Mahler's all over it, but He-Chol does a nice job of getting to the 5. We have an injured Mahler on the field. No, Wavey's going to get back up. I thought Wavey was down and hurt. He had the big game last week. That interception that sealed the win. 3rd and goal at the 5. With split backs, Mock will throw. Mock in zone, picked off. Who is it? A mistake. It's Tyleek Jones. A mistake by Mock, forcing the ball to Macho Fogg. He was triple covered. Tyleek Jones with the monster play takes points off the board, and LA comes away with it with nothing. 3 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the 3rd. Houston is still up 21-14. 4 receivers for Mac Wavy Jr., and now the Maulers can try to clamp back down on the Sharks. Pass caught over the middle of the field. That is Joel Wallinga, just his 2nd catch of the night. Mock is having an abysmal performance. No touchdowns and 4 picks. Mock this season has thrown a touchdown in every single game. And stepping up into the pocket, Wavy Jr.'s pass is caught to the LA 48. That's Jalen Miller. And the Maulers are looking like a team right now that wants to put this away, wants to put this to bed. The worst touchdown to interception ratio this season for Murdoch Mock is -2. He's -4 tonight. Wavy Jr. to pass. Deep ball left side, caught again. First down to the LA 36. It's Miller again. And just like that, a Tyleek Jones big play has sucked the life out of this Sharks defense. They need something. And quick. 4 receivers for Wavy Jr. 3-2 defense. Wavy Jr. will throw again over the middle. Pass caught to the 30. Pickup of 6. That's Berger, who dropped that a similar play earlier. 2nd down and 4 coming up. Mac Wavy Jr. has completed every pass on this drive, I believe 5 in a row. 3 receivers, 2 off the right, far right side with the ball in the left hash. Doug Bose gets a handoff. Bose has a first down to the 23. Just 27 yards on 7 carries for Doug Bose tonight. But he once again makes it happen for Minneapolis, and we're talking about a potential 14-point swing in a critical ball game in a critical 4th quarter. Houston has scored again on Sioux Falls. 1:24 to go in the 3rd. The Hyenas are up 28-14. Back to pass. Wavy Jr. outside Bose. He's got tons of space. Mixon with the tackle at the 15. Now, the last time Los Angeles was in trouble, they got an interception from Munderson. They need a big play here. They also got an interception in the red zone from Buckerson. Can they get yet another stop in a tremendous contest tonight? Back to throw. Wavy Jr. out to Bose. Bose did not get a first down. Another fine tackle on the outside. 3rd down and inches at the 13. This is a big play. Bose is alone in the backfield. He's going to get the toss out. LA was waiting for it. Bose got it anyway. 1st and 10 at the 11. They can still pick up another first down, but Minneapolis is bleeding a lot of time off this clock, and Mac Wavy Jr. just has to ensure that he does not make the bonehead play. Looking for his 7th straight game of over 300 yards. He's up to 283. Two backs, two receivers to throw. Wavy Jr. outside, drags the toes at the 6. Maybe about the 5.5. Davis Reed on the catch with 5:50 to play. Mahler's still searching for that 2-possession advantage. Los Angeles is making them work for it. No doubt about it. Out of the eye. Wavy Jr. will hit Bose. Bose in a race for the sticks. Got nothing. Kedrick Watkins lays him out, and he's slow to get up. It's a hard-hitting game. Clock keeps moving. 3rd down and 6 at the 6. Said the tackle was made in bounds. I'm not sure why. Precious seconds ticking off the clock for LA. 3 receivers. Does Wavy Jr. try to go down the field? Need the half-yard line for a first down. Back to pass into the end zone. Touchdown! Davis Reed has a trifecta. And it's not over yet, but the Maulers have helped their case. And have put the Tallahassee Pride on thin ice tonight. The Maulers turn a Tyleik Jones interception into another Davis Reed touchdown. Davis Reed coming into the night had not had a 3 touchdown game. As the extra point is good. Jalen Miller has not had a 3 touchdown game either for Minneapolis. And neither has Doug Bose, at least receiving. Now the last game he did have 3 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 2 through the air against OKC. But this is the first 3 receiving touchdown performance by any Mauler this season. It's 21-7, Wolf on the return, and Wolf is up to the 30. Still plenty of time left in this game, but LA is right back in the hole that they so desperately tried to get out of for the first quarter and a half of this second half.
First and 10 from the Sharks 30-yard.
Does LA have enough gas left in the tank? 3 receivers out to the right side, back to pass. Mock. Pass is dropped. That was Matt South, the intended receiver. And he has words with Tyleik Jones. Jones probably saying, hey, maybe you could learn some tricks from me. If Minneapolis wins, they go to 6-4. No 5-17 can knock them out. They still don't clinch a playoff spot, but one more win will clinch a playoff spot for Minneapolis. Three receivers back to pass. Mock over the middle, caught, but a big hit. Macho Fog with the catch, 3rd down and 5. No huddle and a bit of desperation here out of LA. Mock to throw. Deep ball down the field, knocked away by Tyleik Jones. Man, is this guy having a night. Thought they had Macho Fog, and I believe that ball hit the helmet of Tyleik Jones. It bounced right off the top of the helmet. Jones initially misplayed the football, and the ball went off his helmet. You just can't make this stuff up. 4:41 to go in the 4th. It's 4th down. LA is going for it with 5 wide against a blitz. Mock's pass is caught with a wide open receiver. That's Treefeather up to the 47-yard line. So Los Angeles keeps hope alive. Mock will throw again. Left side. Oh, it's dropped by Macho Fog, and he immediately slaps his hands together saying, what did I do? 4:22 left. SFL postgame show coming up. The Los Angeles Sharks in this game in the Tallahassee Pride season is on the ropes. 5 receivers for Mock. 4:22 remaining. LA has all 3 timeouts. Mock over the middle. Dropped again by Matt South. 3 drops on this drive. 2 by South and 1 by Fogg. Talk about dropping the ball literally in a pressurized situation. Four receivers for Mock, looking for some help. Steps up in the pocket, fires it, caught by, I believe, Gladwin Wolf at the 36. An off-balance throw from Mock. He keeps it alive again. Mock down the middle, caught. Robinson to the 27. LA is still alive. Back to throw. Mock's in trouble. Mock is sacked. A loss of 10. 3rd and long. Sacks have been just killer. Mock to throw, again against a blitz. Over the middle. Oh, it's caught by Treefeather. He got the first down. It looked like the play was going nowhere. And he gets a move of the chains again. Mock to throw. Give me a breath, will you? Fogg out of bounds with 3:21 to go. Goodness gracious. Do you feel alive yet? Play after play after play, Los Angeles will not quit. Trips off the right side for Mock. 2nd and 7 at the 21. They need a touchdown. Pass, middle, caught, first down. Gladwin Wolf again to the 12. Mock hurrying his troops to the line. Gonna throw. Heachol, 10, 5, and down to the 4.5-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Heachol hurrying to the line under 3 minutes to go. Mock to throw. Mock, Heachol will walk in. Touchdown, LA. Wow, what a drive. What a tremendous drive. Park Heachol with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And we'll likely see an onside kick here by LA. And it'll be up to their defense. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. What an effort by the Sharks to get back in this game.
Number 1 is back for the point after. Number 4 on the hold.
Extra point, oh my goodness. It's good.
The extra point is good.
That drive reminded me a lot of the Louisville-Houston drive in the Teal Conference final. You don't think this is a post-game atmosphere tonight? Think again. Onside kick for LA with 2:52 remaining. Can they recover? The Sharks will not recover. Ball's at the 39 with 2:51 to go. If you're down by a touchdown with less than 5 minutes to go, it's a given. They're trying the onside kick. Now it's up to the Shark defense. They couldn't recover it. Would have been huge if they did. Bose is in the backfield. He'll take the short pass. Well defended. Pushed out of bounds at the 40. That stops the clock. That's a boneheaded play by Minneapolis because it stops the clock and did absolutely nothing. Doug Bose, a ridiculous 21 catches in this game. That is a career high. 2:47 to go in the fourth, but it stopped the clock. 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Bose, 22. Oh, and a big hit by Wayne Buckerson. And the Maulers are going to give this away if they don't mix it up here. I'm telling you, I honestly don't know why the screen pass gets so much love and attention. Right now, it's crippling Minneapolis. Down to 2:22 to go. They do have to snap it again before the 2-minute warning. Out of the eye with 3 receivers, it's up to the LA defense. 3-3 defensive look. Wavy Jr. will hand it off to Bose, and Bose breaks a couple of tackles, may have gotten into field goal range. The ball's at the 33-yard line, and what do you do if you're the Maulers? If you kick it and make it, it's a 10-point lead, but if you kick it and miss it, you give the ball to LA in excellent field position with 3 timeouts. This is the 2-minute warning. Maulers are going to punt it, willing to bet that LA will not be able to do what they just did on the last drive. This punt is a short one. It's going to be fair caught by Wolf at the 11, and he barely got over there in time to make the play. Wow. Appreciate that, money man. I was in the zone from the start. This is a playoff atmosphere. You can just feel it from the moment Joe Wallinga caught that pass and got up and jawed with the defender. You could just feel it. 1st and 10 for LA. Mock the pass. It goes short and outside. That's Fogg and out of bounds after a 3-yard pickup. Only took about 4 seconds off the clock. Again, the Week 11 schedule will be worked on and finalized ASAP later tonight. And we'll let you know what it'll look like. Antoine Lee with 3 sacks, but the sacks for Minneapolis have not been as frequent in the second half. They did have a big one on that last drive, but it didn't hurt LA in the end. Out of the gun for Mock. On a 2nd down and 7 to throw. Mock down the middle, caught. Dangerous ball. Robinson, another catch. I think he's got to have a season high in receptions. 3rd down and 2. The clock is running. All 3 timeouts for LA. Mock back to pass. Mock fires down the middle. Caught. Wave Robinson to the 28-yard line. Robinson is balling. 90 seconds to go. Mock again. The throw, middle, caught. Fogg. Fogg to the 34, 6-yard pickup. LA is doing it again. This is unbelievable. 4 receivers. Fogg is isolated to the outside on the bottom of your screen. Back to pass. Mock. He's in trouble. Mock steps up. He is sacked. And LA has to burn their first timeout. That is Lee's 4th sack of the night. Following in the shoes of, yes, Boo Goo, who had 4 sacks a couple of nights ago in Dallas.
Let's go.
1:08 to go. 2 timeouts for LA. 3rd down and 9 at the 29. 5 receivers. Trips off to the left and 2 to the right. Mock back to pass. And Mock will fire it down the middle. Knocked away. 4th down. Ashley Odom makes the play. Mock just threw it into a crowd there. And this is the ball game. Unless Minneapolis somehow chokes on a field goal and can't move the football offensively. This is the ball game. 5 receivers for Mock. Down 21-14. Mock to pass. Deep ball is, it's dropped! Fogg dropped it! He had a touchdown! He dropped it! He dropped it! Oh, man. That is about the worst way you could lose a football game. He dropped a touchdown on 4th down. Oh, the horror. And the Maulers appear to have escaped, and Macho Fog, who had 2 drops tonight. I just can't believe it. But oh my goodness, we're not done with this craziness, folks. Minneapolis is taking knees. They are going to take their way out of field goal range and pin LA deep, giving the LA offense one more opportunity. Unreal. The Maulers playing the defensive game. They call a timeout, 3rd and 13. Minneapolis is out of field goal range now. And they're going to try to coffin corner LA, but LA's going to end up with about 15 seconds left. The Maulers must ensure that they don't give up the deep ball. And if LA can dial up Macho Fog's number again deep down the field, this could end up royally backfiring on Minneapolis. And it is true that with no timeouts, Los Angeles stands very little chance, and basically the Maulers don't want to see a missed field goal, a fumble, a turnover. They don't want to see any of that. They want to dare Los Angeles to try to complete a pass deep and force overtime. There is a 16-second differential between game clock and play clock. The Sharks have one last gasp, but Macho Fog dropped a game-tying touchdown on the last drive on 4th down. This punt is going to bounce inside the 5 and finally roll out of bounds. What is LA thinking? They have to at least call for a fair catch as the clock bleeds all the way down to 9 seconds. The Maulers execute this perfectly. Lord help me get through these last 9 seconds. Especially if LA finds a man deep. Well, they're going I formation, 3 receivers. Kind of a bizarre formation here. But Mock's going to throw over the middle. That's terrible. Macho Fog makes the catch when he should have dropped it. And that's the end of the game. Unbelievable. LA didn't deserve to win it on that last drive. They deserved to tie it on that Macho Fog potential touchdown. But he dropped it. And he dropped the ball on Tallahassee, who's eliminated. Minneapolis improves to 6-4 and puts the playoffs within sight, within reach, with just one more win. Let's get an update on Houston and